What is going on, everyone? Hello, and welcome back into another edition of Next Gen Jets. Appreciate you all joining us here on this Saturday, June 14th, 2025. Make sure to smash that like button and hit subscribe on your way into the building. It's completely free, and it helps us grow significantly here on the channel. Connor Long, Josh Willifer here with you on this Saturday night. Chris decided it would be a good idea to go to the Mets game and watch the Mets get absolutely mollywopped. So Chris will be joining us at 10 p.m. EST, but filling in for Chris for the first half an hour is our good friend Josh Willifer. Through all your questions, comments, thoughts on the chat, you can go into the show with the pinned comments, super chats, memberships. They go a long way. They get you into our membership raffle. Every $2 super chat or gifted membership gives you a raffle entry and an opportunity to win a Santana Moss, Wayne Corbett, Lavernius Coles signed photo, a Don Maynard signed photo, an Al Toon signed photo, a free item from our merch store, and a channel emoji. Every $2 super chat or gifted membership gives you an entry. The more entries you have, the higher chance you have of taking home a raffle prize. We greatly appreciate all your support. Again, throw your questions, comments, thoughts in the chat. Call into the show with the pinned comment. Josh, how are you doing today, my friend?
Connor, dog days of summer. Getting into some exciting...
More like dog days of football.
Dog days of football, right. But, baseball season's in full swing. But, Jets is after mandatory minicamp wrapped up. And, seems as though we may finally get out of this footballless streak. September's only 4 months away. Let's go.
If I had to put it in perspective where we are as students right now, it's kind of when it comes to entering summer, it's like players reporting for training camp. It's kind of what it is. So like the first few days are kind of light, no pad practices, but then you got the preseason in a few weeks, and then I'm hoping July 1st is week one.
For an exciting vacation for him.
What happened?
Garrett Wilson just landed in Vegas. I saw it on his Instagram story. He's going to live up the offseason.
Garrett Wilson landing in Vegas following the, I'm sure, the very diligent and hard work he put in throughout the 3-day mandatory minicamp. So Garrett Wilson in Vegas, that's the latest scoop, Josh?
Yeah. From as far as I dug on the Instagram stories, that's what I got, yeah.
Someone who is not in Vegas, as to my understanding, is Rodrigo Hot Rod Blankenship. And I guess that's where we're going to start today. The New York Jets worked out 2 UFL kickers today, one of which, who I mentioned, Rodrigo Blankenship, a fan favorite among NFL fans, specifically Colt fans. Everyone knows who Hot Rod Blankenship is. And then Harrison Mevis, another UFL kicker. Blankenship spent this past UFL season in St. Louis with the Battlehawks, while Mevis was with the Birmingham Stallions. Josh, the Jets have Anders Carlson and Caden Davis both under contract, but I think this kicking job is pretty much wide open as we enter the summer. And, these guys have a strong workout. They find their way onto the 90-man roster, and they definitely could be starting week 1 for the Jets as a kicker.
Connor, I agree. The door's wide open. At this point, why not try a couple of these guys out? You mentioned Rodrigo Blankenship, rocking the rec specs with the best of them. Back in his heyday with the Colts was a missile in the kicking department. So, yeah, trotting these 2 guys out for an open practice can't hurt at all. See what the coaching staff sees of them. If they really impress, Connor, I agree. Between these 4 guys, obviously, the upper hand is going to go to the 2 that are currently rostered. But I completely agree. The door is wide open. I think really anything could happen as we approach the summer. I think the job is completely up for grabs, and Aaron Glenn and this coaching staff is just excited to see who beats the pack out.
It's going to be really interesting to see unfold because I was re-listening to what Chris Banjo told the media a few days ago during his media availability. He said the biggest things that he looks for in a kicker is consistency and ability to bounce back after rough day. I think Rodrigo Blankenship is the best option among the names they've explored. So the 2 under contract, that being Caden Davis and Anders Carlson, Michael Bagely, who they worked out back in March, and Harrison Mevis. Blankenship brings years of NFL experience. That is very, very important. 22 games with the Colts, converted 94.5% of his extra point attempts, 83.5% of his field goal attempts, along with 53 yards. Then, after he was released by Indianapolis, he never really got back in a groove. He never really found a home. He only appeared in 2 more NFL games following that with the Cardinals in 2022. He filled in for an injured Matt Prater, and he hit a 50-yard field goal while only missing 1 extra point attempt. So this guy certainly is the talent. He's proven he's able to do it at an NFL level. He just hasn't gotten a fair shake since being released by Indianapolis. But in the UFL this year, I mean, he had converted more than 95% of his field goal attempts, along the 56, and his only miss came from beyond 50 yards. I don't think you get a better, more established name out there other than Rodrigo Blankenship. The only other name I can think of is Nick Folk, and I've been preaching Nick Folk for a long time. I just don't think Nick Folk and the New York Jets reunion is on the horizon here. I think there's a better chance New York rolls the dice on Blankenship before they try to bring back Nick Folk.
I agree with you. Presence and experience means so much in the kicking department. I think
Kicking
that
department, are you Beast Breaker?
I'm trying to be. I think that
Special
Anders
teams unit, maybe?
what?
Is it special teams unit, maybe, would be the term, perhaps?
I think that Anders Carlson, his experience, I mean, he was so inconsistent, which is why Green Bay let him go. And then with the Jets, I mean, he had a couple good kicks, but I don't think it's anything to look at as a long-term plan. I think Rodrigo Blankenship, for me, it's between him and Caden Davis, because Davis
Davis missed like a 40-yarder
UDFA
the other day.
out of what was it?
He missed like a 40-yarder in practice the other day. That gets me nervous. Not
Oh,
gonna
did
lie.
he?
Yeah,
Yeah,
not gonna
well,
lie.
I mean, it's also June. I think you have to look at what he did in college, but
He wasn't great in college.
right. But I mean, he was consistent. Does he have that huge leg that can make
No.
him that leap to the pros? I mean, I agree. He was solid in in that mid 40s range, but working his way back into that 50s, he was less consistent. So I think Blankenship could be a great option for the veteran presence. I don't know kicking technique or how any of these guys kick, but what I can tell you is I've seen multiple seasons of Rodrigo Blankenship, and I can tell you he's consistent.
I like that the Jets are kind of dipping their toes into the UFL side of things here. I mean, we saw Brandon Aubrey come out of the UFL just a few years ago, and I think he's currently the best kicker in the NFL, along with most NFL fans. So I really like the way that the Jets are kind of exploring this UFL route, not leaving any stone unturned.
I agree, and I think the Lions kicker that they I think the guys from the UFL, not Michael Badgley, whoever replaced.
No, I was thinking of Riley Patterson too. The guy he's just there for 1 year, not Jack Fox. That's their punter.
Yep,
Jake Bates, that's who it is.
nice,
Jake
yeah,
Bates,
good call. He
good
was
call
also
out.
from the
He's
UFL.
from the UFL as well. So,
Yeah.
God, if they just need, again, like Chris Banjo said, someone who was consistent.
Correct.
Consistency is how you keep your job as a kicker.
And Blankenship has the leg. You mentioned it. He can hit from 50 plus. I don't know if Caden Davis has that kind of leg. We'll see.
I don't know if he does. Anders Carlson could be interesting. It's just I think I'd rather go more upside too.
He has that's. I mean, he's the opposite of Caden Davis. He has the leg, but he was missing extra points in Green Bay.
Harrison Mevis could be interesting. Like at Missouri, he had appeared in 50 games, 84% of his field goal attempts, long of 61. So he has the leg. And then in Birmingham this year, 95.2% of his field goals, long of 54. I'd still rather go with the more established guy. And he's 23 years old, so he brings the age factor. What'd you say?
Do they play indoors? Because that could be a factor.
I don't know UFL football. Yeah, I'm not going to hold you.
I don't either, but that definitely affects kickers. I mean, Anders Carlson got the worst of it in Green Bay, but yeah, he was just super inconsistent. I mean, Mevis is a name I'm kind of keeping off my list just because I think that Blankenship has the NFL experience. And when you sign a guy off UDFA, obviously he's not a guy you're guaranteeing a roster spot, but if the team chose to sign him to a deal and Caden Davis, they're just Mevis, they're just trying him out in an workout off to the side. That's interesting too.
You want to hear what I think will happen?
Hit me.
Michael Badgley, kicker week 1. Badgley, whatever. However you say Michael Badgley or Badgley's name, was in Detroit while Aaron Glenn was there.
Good point.
Note that. Established. He's veteran. He's not too old. Not too old. He's still in his late 20s.
Well, Rodrigo's 28, so that'll work.
Rodrigo doesn't have the overlap with Aaron Glenn. I'm trying to connect dots here. I'm sure.
I don't think that means much because Glenn was just a DC. You think he had anything to do with the kicking game?
Okay, do
I
you
don't.
think he had anything to do with the offense and Josh Reynolds? And he's one of the reasons Josh Reynolds is here.
I mean, I
It's
think
not
there's
about
a
having to
difference between
do.
knowing the
It's not.
offense and
It's
knowing
not about
the
having
special
influence
teams.
on the unit. It's about being in the building with the guy,
Right,
getting to know their
that's true.
tendencies, being in the same locker room. It's not about the involvement on their side of the ball.
Right, that's true.
So that's what I'll throw out there for the Jets kicking situation. But if they don't find someone consistent, they'll be run out of town 5 weeks into the season. I'll guarantee that right now.
I mean, Greg Zuerlein lost the game. Denver lost the Buffalo game.
I wouldn't say he lost Denver, but it didn't help.
I mean, he had a kick with 40 seconds to go to give us the lead. Well,
From
well
beyond
within
50
his
yards
range.
in those windy and wet conditions, come on, give me a break.
I think there's a 60% chance that he.
Are you crazy?
Plus, he could have made that.
A 60+ per. Okay, there's.
What was it? 40-something yarder.
It was a 50 yard. It was a 50+ yard kick.
It was 50.
It was beyond 50 yards. Yes.
Okay. I'm envisioning it closer, but then he hit the uprights twice against Buffalo, if I remember.
The double doink. But the thing that was so frustrating about the Buffalo game was Tyler Bass kept missing kicks too.
Right, and
just missed opportunities.
Yeah.
That was the whole game. Missed opportunities, stackpiled upon missed opportunities.
Correct.
That also defined the entire 2024 season as a whole. That's the way you put it. Missed opportunities on top of missed opportunities. Appreciate you all joining us here on this Saturday edition of Next Gen Jets. Josh Wolliver, Connor Long here with you. Throw all your questions in the chat, and you can call into the show with the pinned comment. We'll get to all those questions shortly. Smash the like, hit subscribe. Every $2.99 super chat or gifted membership goes a long way. Get you a raffle entry and an opportunity to win a Wayne Corbett, Lavernius Cole, Santana Moss signed photo, Don Maynard signed photo, Altoon signed photo, a free item from our merch store, and a channel emoji. More entries you have, the higher chance you have of winning. Every $2 super chat or gifted membership gives you an entry. You know what? We haven't had a super chat or a membership yet tonight, so to get us started, I will drop 5 memberships, guys. So there we go. 5 memberships from me in the chat. Guys, if you can, please get all your super chats and gifted memberships in the building. Appreciate you all, and those get you raffle entries and an opportunity to win some really, really cool prizes. So we appreciate all your support. Get all the super chats and memberships in here on the show. Again, stockpile those questions. We're going to get to those. Load up your calls with the pinned comment at the top of the chat. Josh, let's dive right into the main topic of today's video, kind of looking at some under-the-radar Jets that you think can come in and make an impact, to be the fan favorite, and to be the guy who really sticks out in the green and white this season. Who do you think? Give me one guy you think can, someone who's flying under the radar right now but can make a significant impact for Gang Green this season.
I think I don't know how under the radar this is because he got drafted and there's a lot of talk about him, but I think the hope is that this can be Arian Smith because
he's not under the radar, Josh. He's gotten all the attention of minicamp.
Okay, but he's going to come in as wide receiver 3.
Doesn't matter. Wide receiver 3 isn't under the radar. That's a premium offense.
All right, who's your under the radar?
You want wide? Give me any position. I'll give you an under the radar guy at any position.
Wide receiver.
Jamal Pritchett, South Alabama.
He's actually going to get receiver reps or just?
He could play receiver. He led the Sun Belt in receiving yards last year. Give me Jamal Pritchett any day of the week.
Running back? Donovan Edwards.
It's easy to say that. I'll go Kene Nwangu, all-pro returner. Has upside.
He's going to make the team
and be a return threat. I don't think Edwards is going to make the team.
Yeah, I don't either. Why would they roll with more than 4?
They have Zach Evans under contract too. I saw that.
Yeah, why would they roll with more than 3 running backs unless they think Nwangu's going to be a really great returner, which I just think they turn.
I just think the era of rostering someone purely for special teams is over in the NFL.
Not entirely,
unless you're like a Devin
Charles
Hester.
Was on the roster to be a receiver.
Irv Charles could make the roster again this year.
Yeah, but for special teams. He's not going to get receiver snaps.
No, not at all.
Yeah.
I don't think he'll get receiver snaps at all. That didn't happen last year.
Right. But didn't you say the era of rostering guys only for special teams is done?
I mean, maybe one guy, but not 2, 3 guys like
I
we used
agree.
to
That's
thought.
why I don't think Chiney Nwongu is going to make the team.
I think he can. If he makes the team, or if Charles won't, it's going to be one of the two, or Pritchett.
Yeah, I think it's between him and Pritchard because Irv Charles' job isn't to return kicks.
I think Irv Charles can play an offensive role, though. I think that's a thing
That feels like a big stretch.
How?
Irv Charles as a receiver?
You've never seen him play receiver, so how can you sign off against that right away?
Because if there was any role for him to play receiver, don't you think that would have? I mean, I guess the coaching staff was awful, but don't you think that would have been done by now?
Done by now with the how the prior regime didn't even know how to utilize a running back. Their number one running back, the
right? But
coordinator,
I agree that
he could catch the football.
I agree that there was so much wrong with the past regime,
and you're talking about it should be done by now if he's a receiver.
I mean, how long has Irv Charles been a Jet?
2023, two full seasons.
2 full seasons.
Actually, 1.5. He was injured halfway through last year. Who was the coach both those years? Who was the offensive coordinator both those years? It
was Aaron Rodgers and Zach Wilson. It was Nate Hackett.
There you go. You're answering my questions. Yeah, you're proving my point for me.
Underrated guy for me, I think, just looking at this depth chart, is Braden McGregor because, I mean, they need so much D-line help.
He's like a poor man's Will McDonald, in my opinion.
Okay, but they need depth everywhere at defensive line. So where are you going to get it? Outside of Leonard
Weaver. Rashad Weaver and Byron Cowart.
At edge? What about
Edge wasn't deep? Edge wasn't deep last year. Braden McGregor saw no snaps last year.
I know. But do you think guys in front of him, like Michael Clemens, are going to make the team?
I think Clemens will make the team.
Me too, because I think they just want to give him a shot, but the penalties killed us last year.
Absolutely.
So
committing penalties that are that boneheaded don't help. I think Aaron Glenn's able to come in, look at him like he's been a rotational guy throughout his career. I'm going to come in, I'm going to straighten him out, and we're going to build a role for him on this team.
Have to. So many boneheaded, undisciplined mistakes. I mean, that's what Aaron Glenn fixes. That's the whole hypothesis.
If there's one coach who can fix Michael Clemens, it's Aaron Glenn.
I agree. Let's just see those dang results.
Interesting. I will. I'll give you another under the radar guy that I have this season. Austin McNamara, baby.
I mean,
he's gonna make the team. He's gonna play a huge impact. Like punter,
let's see if that's
an important position, especially for the Jets. Like you don't want it to be an important position, but I mean the Jets will jet every year, and the punter plays a huge role in this Jets team every single year. I think Austin McNamara is a guy who could come in, who could work on his control over the summer. He has great hang time. That's a facet of his game that I really, really do like, and that's the main problem with Kai Kroger, doesn't get enough hang time on his punts. I think Austin McNamara wins the job, and he's the Jets' week 1 punter.
I agree. I think they got more than solid punting last year, but had to cut Morstead for, cap reasons. But I think that when you bring in McNamara, you're right. He has that hammer of a leg. It's just working on the finesse and the control, being able to pinpoint where he wants the ball, getting backspin on it, because you've seen the boom.
I think it's easier to learn that and adapt in that way than adding hang time to your punts.
Right, because adding hang time to your punts
changes your entire form.
It's building muscle strength. Adding finesse is realizing how to control the football and put some touch on it.
Exactly.
I agree. You can have the skills. I mean, one is molding your body. The other is molding your play style.
What about Andrew Beck? My teammates at JetX are all over Andrew Beck. Blewett loves him. I know Nanio really loves him. I know Sabo likes him. Andrew Beck is the hot name recently, as we come up with under the radar names on June 14th about the New York Jets. Andrew Beck seems to be a hot topic. A fullback who has played tight end before. And according to Joe Blewett, who I trust very much with my film analysis, He's an okay route runner. Hey, if he can be an okay tight end too, I don't care.
I mean, I think it would be solely for blocking purposes because I think Braylon Allen's going to get the fullback equivalent of snaps near the goal line that the classic fullback would be taking. So you're right. If he can come in here, be a solid blocker, lead the charge on a couple run plays, even be a sixth piece to the line on a couple passing plays, that could end up being big in the for blocking. But I just don't see a way in which he's getting, actual.
How do you not
fullback
see a
reps.
way? He's been a competent blocker.
Where he's
can run
getting
solid
fullback
routes.
reps.
He's caught passes before. There's
You
no
listen.
other tight end.
Did
There's
you
no
hear
other
what I
tight
said?
end on this roster who's
Did you
established.
hear what I said?
What'd you say?
I said I don't see a way where he gets fullback reps as in running back taking handoffs.
Why not? He's done that all of his career.
Because that's what Braylon Allen's on this team for. To be the big goal line guy.
The Lions did it. The Lions had The Lions had Jason Cambida as their fullback last year and still had David Montgomery as their inside the tackles guy. You could definitely facilitate that.
Right. I'm not saying that you can't have a fullback.
You just said that there's no spot for a fullback.
It is a dying position in this sport. But
it just depends on your offensive
I
coordinator.
don't think he's going to get big time goal line snaps over Braylon Allen, proven in this Jets building.
What has Braylon Allen proven? That's the thing. I think Braylon Allen could be a prime candidate to kind of come in and stick out this year with the new coaching staff. I just don't think he's proven much. I don't get where a lot of people come up with that narrative that Braylon Allen's established and his role on this Jets team set in stone. I kind of argue the opposite, the opposing side of things there.
I think he had a solid rookie campaign. Obviously, the coaching staff didn't use him right. Didn't get him the fair amount of touches that he deserved. Really, the entire running game was messed up last year. So I just think taking that next step, hopefully Engstrand is scheming the right kinds of running plays to be able to use the depth correctly that this Jets team has. I don't think that there are many other football teams out there with, a three-man backfield that can be as consistent as the Jets have the capabilities to be if Braylon Allen can get unlocked. But I think he did show some consistency last year with the ball in his hands.
He didn't show consistency. He showed flashes, not consistency.
Yeah, he did show flashes. That Tennessee game. What do you have, 2 touchdowns there?
Yeah, I think he had 2 touchdowns that game. Appreciate you all joining us. Smash this like button. Hit subscribe. Connor Long, Josh Wolliver here with you on the show. Going to wrap up here soon. So there are your questions, comments, thoughts in the chat. Call into the show with the pinned comment. All right, let's get into some of your questions, your comments, and your thoughts. Jojo says Glenn is a Parcells guy, but he's treating the kicker and punter situation like is a secondary issue. I disagree, actually, Jojo. I think Aaron Glenn's preached a lot how much special teams matter. We've heard Chris Banjo and both of his media availabilities over the past 2 weeks. Chris Banjo's mentioned AG and how much he cares about special teams multiple times. I think AG's prioritizing special teams. I just don't think the Jets want to rush to make a decision on either position in June. Like, what's the point of that? Have these guys fight him out. ...
I mean, you said it all right there. That's not a primary issue right now.
Would you fall asleep?
No, I didn't. I just you hit every point I was getting ready to make. So, props to Connor there for stealing the show.
I appreciate it. Shurzy29, what are your thoughts, boys, on the debacle of the Bengals management with the rookie contracts? And people think the Jets management was bad. The Jets management it was and still is until proven otherwise incompetent. But I mean, what a absolute joke! Just sign the football player. What is so difficult?
I mean, because they paid 2 receivers over $250 million.
It's not cap space though; it's crazy clauses. It's not that they don't.
Yeah, right. Isn't it like if he gets injured, he gets no money or something like that,
there
nothing's
are so many
guaranteed.
Crazy things in there.
I know it is ridiculous.
But at the same time, it's not like he doesn't have any leverage. Like, okay, you don't agree on a deal. Are you going to play any football?
Right. I mean, the whole thing is broken. I mean. Do you think this is going to become a thing where, like, rookies are just rookies already make so much less, obviously, because they haven't proven anything, but could this actually be a thing where, like, rookies get paid, like, absolute dirt
No, the prices are only going to go up in the NFL. They're never going to
Right. Well, because the tax goes up. But like, I mean, you're gonna. What is that tone set when you draft this guy
I
with a
think in
first
30
round
years
pick,
from now, I
and
think
then
in like
before he
20,
leaves
30
the
years from
building,
now, rookies are going to be making $30 million a year.
before he even steps in the building and practices, you're already like making him upset and arguing over clauses in the contract. That is ridiculous.
Absolutely. I couldn't agree with you more and what you said there.
While Woody Johnson owns the Jets, there will always be bad management.
You hear Woody Johnson's trying to buy that fucking soccer team?
Crystal Palace FC, I think it is.
Apparently they were good this past year.
I don't watch any soccer, so you got to tell me on that one.
Yeah, I don't watch any soccer, so I asked some of my soccer friends. Apparently they were good this past season. Good. Have Woody buy that team and have
Yeah.
Christopher Johnson run the Jets. I'm more than happy with that.
No, I think Woody Johnson just wants to buy the team for popularity. Just let your friends know that the franchise is going to be sunk, and
Yeah.
he'll run it, strip it cheap, and take over. Like
Does he even know anything about soccer?
I know, but he'll find a way to mess it up and insert himself. Look at their FIFA ratings, decide who's going to be on the team.
Good point. Little sports update here. Shams Charania of ESPN comes in and says, and he reports the Miami Heat, San Antonio Spurs, and Houston Rockets are Kevin Durant's preferred trade destinations out of Phoenix. So for those who care about basketball and the whole Kevin Durant story, I mean, the Kevin Durant story and the Knicks coaching search are far more important to the media than the NBA Finals that is still ongoing.
I know. I heard Sham say earlier this week that it could be done within 2 to 3 days. So, sounds like KD's packing up out of Phoenix. I mean, it's crazy. They invested in 3 legit superstars: Beal, Booker, Durant. They won 1 playoff series, Connor. I mean, is that not just ridiculous? I thought
They were
Brooklyn
great
failed
before
with
they
their
decided to go down that rabbit hole.
I know. Had they just kept that 21 roster together with Booker and DeAndre Ayton, they actually could have gotten somewhere. Man, I guess trading for old superstars in this NBA isn't going to work anymore. Anthony Davis, Kyrie Irving both go out in Dallas. They're round 1 bounces. I mean, welcome to the new era where, fat Serbians and Canadians run the league. So
Absolutely. JoJo says edge. Sleeper at the edge position. Let me try to come up with like a really unique one here. Someone I can think can make an impact. I'll say Kingsley Jonathan, who the Jets signed 2 days ago. Played at Syracuse, so played up in Central New York. He's a guy who's had NFL experience, who's been a solid run defender, but hasn't really gotten a fair amount of reps. I think the Jets need to improve their run defense off the edge. I'll go out on a limb here and say Kingsley Jonathan.
Eric Watts.
That's a good one, actually. Yeah, Eric Watts was pretty productive last year. I think Eric Watts could play a big role. I think out of the 3 UDFAs, I think he's going to have the biggest year.
Italian Eddie put in tight end.
Oh, I don't think there's. I mean, everyone. Yeah, who would you put? Joe just Stone Smart as wide receiver? Sure, he needs to work on his route running though. I always say Stone Smart is nothing more than a big wide receiver.
Stone Smart is just a de-glorified Joshua Palmer in my eyes.
Yeah, we were talking about
tight
that
end. Some free agent that gets cut on signing day.
There we go. Talking Dom says just subscribe. Good luck, Talking Dom. We appreciate you tuning in. We appreciate your support here on the show. Paul Costa, Connor, just get Brick Johnson on the show. He'll tell you how he's going to run the Jets. Hey, hopefully. Brick, if you're watching, DM me or email me. Come on the show. Hep, most undervalued player, my prediction, Arian Smith takes the top off a stacked box.
A stacked box? Okay.
I think Arian Smith could play a big role. It's just he has to earn every bit. There's nothing handed to him. There's nothing handed to anyone in this receiving room, quite frankly, behind Garrett Wilson.
The kicker in the receiver rooms, the 2 rooms, the door is wide open. Any and all is welcome.
Absolutely. Rep NY, are you paying 30 plus a year, Garrett or Sauce? I'd say Sauce first, but you pay both. And I think they do.
I agree. I think they figure out a way to play both. When you get 2 great homegrown talents, it's just so hard to pass up on. I think it's clear, Connor, the way they approach this offseason, that they're going to try and make cap space for these 2 guys. And I think they're going to have to. Garrett and Sauce both playing at hopefully all pro levels this upcoming season. Sauce already did it once. Both won Rookie of the Year 2 seasons ago. But if I had to pick, it would be Sauce Gardner because I think cornerback's a harder position to come by. Oh, the balloons. The balloons for the Sauce
I
Gardner
guess it was
signing.
when you said one, I said two, and I guess that triggered one of the reaction things here on my
I don't get it, I guess. But I'd go
like,
Sauce because I think corner's a more premium position, but you'd pay both if you can. Oh,
I'd
the
say Sauce
Ranger.
too because I also think he's proven more. He's kind of more established as a
Right.
player in the NFL. That's
They're
another reason
flooding
why.
in, Connor.
Oh yeah, that's another
How do
reason
you
why
stop them?
I'd give Sauce the $30 million a year deal before I pay Garrett. But again, we appreciate you all joining us. Connor and Josh here with you on Next Gen Jets. Appreciate you tuning in. Last chance to get your thoughts in the chat. We're going to wrap up here. We're back tomorrow, 7 p.m., all four of us on the OG Next Gen Jets panel. Feels so good doing a show on a Saturday night, not even thinking about school on Monday. It's going to feel even better tomorrow. It hasn't hit me yet, Josh,
Absolutely.
that school is over.
I know. I feel like it takes, like, it just feels like maybe like a long weekend, like we just experienced in Memorial Day. It's good. It's this next week is where it's really gonna sink in. Once we're in Philly, then it's triple gonna sink in.
That's a week from today. I didn't even realize.
No, that's a week from tomorrow.
Same thing. You
Well,
do.
tomorrow in 2 hours. But yeah, I mean that should be really exciting.
Yeah, that'll be fun. And the draft is that Wednesday, the 27th.
Sounds right.
No, that would be the Thursday, actually.
Yeah, it's always on a Thursday. You're right.
The Thursday, the 26th, I think it is.
Get that in the computer.
Wednesday, the 25th.
Okay.
So it's not always on a Thursday, Josh.
Oh, my bad. That's the NFL first.
I think I saw that happen. I think it was in a presser. Yeah, Fields is very, very high on Brace, and I like that. What grade are you going into? Josh is going into 4th grade, and I'm going into 9th grade.
Yeah.
Bobby comes in. What's up, Bobby? Says, hi, Connor, my friend. I'm trying to call in. Bobby, we do not see you in the green room. And the pin, if you want to call in, use that pin comment at the top of the chat. It should be working. But I do not see you in the. Oh my God, I made a big mistake. This whole show, I had the YouTube link as the pin comment. I am so sorry, guys. We'll stay on here a little longer now if any of you want to call in. I just threw the new link back in the chat. Sorry about that. Now it's the StreamYard link if you guys want to hop on and join us here on the program. So now look at the pin comment at the top of the chat and use that to join us here on the program. We appreciate all of your support as always. So sorry about that. You guys are the best. Appreciate your support. So Josh, you're 10th grade now next year?
Sophomore, yeah.
Interesting. How'd your one go?
It went pretty well. You know, got a couple new classes in, but really take that next step. Started taking a couple PSATs and getting ready for the whole college roller coaster.
Exactly. All right, the calls are starting to come in, so we'll rapid fire through a few here again. We'll stay on here a little longer because I had the call-in link mixed up, so call into the show with the pin comment. Nathan joins us first here on the program. Nathan, how are you?
Hey, how you doing? So I just wanted to give you my quick player that you were talking about that I think could break out for the team. And I know this is a pretty popular player still, but I think that he could play a bigger role than most people think. And that's AZ Thomas because
You've spoken a lot about him.
I think that there's a decent possibility that Brandon Stevens struggles like he did last year because for a few years he was a great cornerback, but last year he completely fell off. He let up the most yards as a cornerback in the league. I think that there's a real possibility that if he keeps that up, this coaching staff is not going to want to deal with that and they're going to put in AZ right away. And I think that that was a great pick. I think it was good value. I think he's a perfect corner for Aaron Glenn. He's sticky in man coverage. He's a physical guy, and I think that he's going to be a nice presence there next to Sauce Gardner if something happens with Brandon Stevens or if he's not playing as the Jets think he will.
I like that pick, and I think he can be a great boundary guy. I'm going to be intrigued, though, to see how we can line up in the slot potentially alongside MC2, and I'm interested to see how MC2 could bounce back. So I think behind Sauce Gardner, there could definitely be a lot of moving pieces and intrigue within the team's secondary.
Yeah, I mean, I think Michael Carter is also another one, not a surprise player, but I think he's going to have a much better year. He was talking about how he was injured all of last year and he didn't really heal till February.
Yep.
So if he has a fully healthy year, I think that he could show why he was paid the highest slot corner in the league, I think it was.
Mhm.
So yeah, I mean, I just wanted to say I think AZ Thomas is gonna have a big year and surprise some Jet fans.
Nathan,
hope.
appreciate you.
Yep.
Ladies and gentlemen, Nathan checking in with us here on the show. Great call from Nathan, as always. Appreciate his support. Appreciate you all. Again, we had a mishap with the call-in link, so if any of you want to call in here at the buzzer, Josh and I will stay on a little longer to take your calls. Next up here on the show, the one who made me realize that I had a mishap in the chat, the great Bobby Midnight joins us next here on the show. Bobby, what is going on?
Who it is? You got the guy from Hawaii. Told me he's from Hawaii.
Connor?
No, you. You little guy told me you're from Hawaii. Why you
Sorry,
know?
Bobby.
No, I want to talk to Connor. No,
What's up, Bobby?
Connor, I have to give it to you. You are grown up so fast.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
I mean, you are so good at what you do.
Thank
You work
you.
for Robbie Sable. I'm happy he got you. You know.
Love Robbie. Thank you.
Okay, you got to remind me who was the first round pick you guys got?
Armand Membu.
Yeah, I think he's gonna have a good year this year for you guys.
You gotta hope. I mean, you
Yeah.
used to. You now have 3 first-round picks on your offensive line. You have a second-round pick, and you have a big free agent signing in John Simpson. Like you can't have this unit, I think, be any worse than top 10. And you hope they're a top 5 unit.
Top.
Last year, your offensive line sucked real bad. Real
So,
bad.
Bobby, are you back to being a Giants fan? Is that what I'm hearing?
No, the Giants stink.
Okay, so all right, Bobby. Here's my question for you. Let's say the Jets play the Giants. It will never happen because both teams are never winning a Super Bowl anytime soon.
Yeah,
Let's
right.
say the Jets play the Giants in the Super Bowl. Who are you rooting for?
I'm gonna cheer for the Jets.
Oh yeah, Bobby. So you're fully converted to a Jet fan now.
Well, I do cheer for the Giants too. Like Lane.
But if they
Train.
play each other, you'd root for the Jets.
Yeah, Lane Train is a Giant fan too.
Lane Train is a Giant fan. But
I
you're-
am a Giant fan too, but I think the Giants stink because what they did last year.
Jackson Dart, I don't think is going to be great.
No, I didn't say that. I'm saying what
No,
they
no,
did.
I know. I'm just making a statement in general.
You know who they got rid of last year?
Danny Dimes.
No, not him. I'm talking about you know who? Barkley.
Say,
He went-
oh,
Yeah, he went to the Eagles, right? And the
Yep.
two games he ran all over their butts. You know, like 200 yards.
yeah.
Then he goes to the Super Bowl, and then he win MVP. I think.
He did win the MVP.
See how stupid they are. If I was the general manager, I would not get rid of him.
Absolutely.
I would have got rid of Danny Dimes. You already got rid of him this year. Anyway, he stinks. So
Oh.
the Jets are stupid in the head. The Jets, I think the Jets are going to be good with your new coach,
Aaron Glenn.
Aaron Glenn. I saw him play when I was younger than you guys. You're too young.
Yes.
And congratulations on your summer coming up, right?
Thank you. Yes. Bobby, how have you been recently? I haven't heard from you. I spoke to when I was filling in for Jake the other day. Your brother Mikey called in, but I have not heard from you in a long time. How are you
Oh,
doing?
I know. But you came on my show. You guys were at the Met game, right?
Yeah. We that was a few months ago. We still haven't spoken in a few months. How are you doing,
Yeah,
Bobby?
I know. I like you. You're a great
Thank
guy.
you.
I tell you.
Appreciate
I
it.
give you praise. And that little boy, where are you originally from now? You're not from Hawaii. Where are you from?
Well, I could be from Hawaii.
You are not from Hawaii.
I'm from Brooklyn, Bobby.
Okay, Brooklyn. Okay, why didn't you just say Brooklyn? God.
It was just
Cloud
a joke. I'm
chaser.
sorry.
No, I like Connor because he doesn't lie to me, little boy. Let's say you going into fourth, you said?
He's going into fourth grade, yeah.
Yeah, fourth
That's
grade.
what Connor said, right?
Yeah, Connor. He doesn't like people. who-
Bobby, Josh is older than me. He's a year older than me.
He is not older
Yes,
than
he
you.
is.
That's a bunch of no.
And I swear. Ask.
What grade? You go with the 10th grade?
Yep.
Yeah.
How tall are you? I'm like 5'3". How tall
Oh,
are you?
Bobby.
5'5".
Bobby,
I
we
don't
still
know.
gotta meet. I got 8 inches on you by now. I'm
I
5'11".
know. Are you going to that October 19th game?
Are you the Panthers game that Jake's
Yeah.
doing?
Yeah.
I might.
Come
When
on, you gotta be there so we can meet each other.
No, I didn't. I missed the group buy deadline because I was so busy. But what I might do, the tickets are going to be really cheap for that game in general.
Yeah,
so
really cheap.
yeah, I might just go with my dad, and then we'll swing by the tailgate and say what's up to everyone.
Yeah.
Because
Are you going to the game, little boy?
I don't know yet.
You gotta go.
I don't go.
Go.
is
Didn't
Mikey
he say
going?
we had to
Yeah,
decide-
Mikey's going. I paid for his ticket already.
Oh, that's great. You haven't been on Jake's show recently. What's been going on, Bobby?
Oh my God! I just called in this morning. God, do I have to get on this show every day?
No, I was just curious because everyone's been wondering where you are. You went from calling.
Well, it's the summertime, right?
Yep.
So I want to get my fat ass moving inside.
Did you get a job? Did you get the job?
No, I'm working on it. July 3rd, I'm gonna have my lady help me out getting a job.
A job recruiter?
Yeah, like Charles had, and then Nick helped
Charles
him.
ended up getting a job. I missed the.
Yeah,
Burger
he-
King.
Monday. I think he's gonna definitely get the job on
He's
Monday.
cleaning tables at Burger King. Yes.
Yeah, well, that's a
Oh.
job. That's how you start
That's
off. You don't just jump into I like
Yeah,
to cook. but-
Congrats to Charles.
Yes, I know. Nick helped him out. Very good today.
Very nice, Nick. Definitely, Bobby. We appreciate you.
And did you see when he shaved his chest the
I-
other day?
Can't unsee that image.
And he actually got paid $100 to do that. Oh my God! When
That
I
whole
got on there, I died laughing when I saw it.
Bobby, we appreciate you. Got any final
Tomorrow's
thoughts?
your next show. Tomorrow your next show.
Yeah, 7.
And who's gonna be on this? little boy?
Josh, myself,
Josh.
Chris, and Jack, the other 2 kids who.
Oh, I know Chris and Jack. Yeah.
Yeah, definitely.
And
So
do you
swing by
have
tomorrow.
call-ins too?
What's up?
You have call-ins?
You already know. Of course.
Okay, and what's the next famous person you have on your show next time?
Oh, jeez. We had Greeny on about a month ago, so he was probably our last big one.
Yeah.
I'm working on a lot of players. I was so busy with finals. There were a
Yeah.
few agents who told me to call them this coming week. So of current Jet players. So potentially some current Jet players making an appearance on the program.
Okay, I got one trivia question before I leave.
Is it about the Jets?
Yes.
Okay, let's hear it.
Okay, when they had the draft, when they got Al Toon, right?
Yeah.
What
1976.
No. In the
Yeah,
80s.
when Altoon was drafted.
Guess what wide receiver they could have got instead of Al Toon?
It was it was the 85 draft. Wow, I was well off.
They got,
Jerry
there you go.
Jerry Rice, yeah.
Yes. Isn't that amazing? And then,
Altoon, I think, could have been Jerry Rice if he didn't have 6 concussions.
yeah, that's true. One, and then who they could have instead of Ken O'Brien?
Danny Marino.
Yeah. Okay. So you guys know your Jets trivia. I'm proud of you.
Thank you.
So I might stop in tomorrow to see you. But can I say something to you about this? Like, you like this 3-screen thing?
Yeah, what's up?
A lot of people don't like it on my show. They like the little squares.
Like
That-
this?
yeah.
Yeah.
Like
I normally do this, but I put the next gen back because normally what I'll
Oh.
do if it's the NY Flight Jets talk show, I'll normally
Yeah.
hit it with this. But then I'll
oh, I see.
yeah.
I'd say a lot of
it gives me a headache sometimes. I will say that.
what? Which way? The big one?
This, yeah, when it's all tight like that, and also you can't
Mm.
if you're shifted
So
to the side,
narrow.
you gotta shift into
I
the
know nobody likes it on my channel. I don't like it either. It's too far up.
Yeah,
All right,
definitely.
you guys have it. Okay, thank you, Josh, for telling me where you're from. I appreciate it not lying to me anymore.
I'm
Thank
sorry,
you.
Bobby. Bobby, do you accept my apology before you go?
Yes, I do.
Thank
You're
you,
a good
Bobby.
kid. Stop lying. You're really going into 10th.
He
Yes,
is.
sir. No, that's actually the truth.
No, I believe you. I thought he was older than you.
Yeah,
Yeah.
well,
Well,
Yeah.
you look a little younger than him. That's all.
that's true.
Yeah, well, Connie, you look more mature.
I
Good job,
appreciate
Bobby.
it.
You're a lot taller than me. You got to meet me. You better be there.
I will do my I will be there. I won't do my best.
Well,
I will be
if you could go to the tailgate, that would be good.
I will be at the tailgate. I will make it happen.
Yes, please. And then I could meet your dad, right?
Yes,
You saw
because
your
I was
dad-
gonna meet you last year at the game, but then
Oh,
know,
my
health
toe. My
problems
toe.
or health problems.
Yeah, but I went to the second one. Now, when I go into the stadium this time, I could walk into the stadium.
Oh, there we go. No wheelchair or
did-
golf cart.
No. I lost weight. I'm feeling great. I'm awesome.
Awesome.
You guys have a great night. I'll talk to you tomorrow, maybe. Okay.
Ladies and gentlemen, the great
Bobby.
Bobby Midnight joins us here on the program. Bobby, you are the best. Can't wait to meet you this year. Appreciate your kind words and support here on the program. And we appreciate you all joining us from wherever you are here on the show. We're going to wrap up here. Back tomorrow, 7 p.m. EST. So appreciate you all. Smash the like button, hit subscribe as we all head out here on the program. He's Josh Wolliver. I am your host, Connor Wong, signing off. Have a great night, everyone. As always, yes. Ciao, folks.